asked the Davos Forum again that NATO countries should spend 5% of GDP on defense.
Yeah.
The United States don't spend 5%.
Well,
Do you think
I
it
don't
should also
think so.
apply to the United States?
We're protecting them, you know. They're not protecting us, we're protecting them. So I don't think we should be spending, I'm not sure we should be spending anything, but we should certainly be helping them. But they should up their 2% to 5%, yeah.
Nations didn't pay until I came along. I insisted that they pay, and they did, because the United States was really paying the difference at that time, and it was unfair to the United States. To bring back strength and peace and stability abroad, I'm also going to ask all NATO nations to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP, which is what it should have been years ago. It was only at 2%, and most nations didn't pay until I came along. I insisted that they pay, and they did, because the United States was really paying the difference at that time, and it was unfair to the United States.
You cannot ask the American people to expand the umbrella of NATO when the current members aren't paying their fair share. And that includes the Dutch, who need to step up. And so when we have leaders who are going to talk about more war, we need to make sure that those leaders are spending the right amount of money. We need to be able to avoid war, and that means a credible threat from NATO. NATO needs to be absolutely prepared.
The problem is not the US, the problem is Europe. The problem is that, and Trump has consistently made this point, that in Europe we are underspending in terms of defense. And he made that point, I think it was in 1980 the first time, and he became president first time in 2016. What it is exactly we need in terms of, excuse me for the jargon, the capabilities and the measurements and the gaps we have. But this is necessary stuff to be done to exactly establish what we need. But I can guarantee you, when you look at the incoming data now, 2% is not nearly enough. We're doing much more. Really much more, and that will have a huge impact, but we have to do this.
Zet, Rosti! Stop!